Well, it's been a while.
Good grief. Why do they never go in for me?
Hi everyone, I am back with a video. It's been a year and a half. It's been a while, but there you go. I don't know. Time flies. Don't know whether I've had fun or not, but time flies. So I am doing a vinyl tag, but not the one you might think. Now, I have decided it's still 2024. So I'm going to do the 2024 vinyl tag. I've done all of them. I think I did all of them. I don't know. I've done 5 or 6, I think, now. And I didn't want to really miss the 2024 one, even though I am, 11 months late to the party. But here we go. I'm going to do this. I can't answer any of the YouTube questions because I honestly can't remember what I discovered in 2023 and what the favorite videos are of 2023. And I didn't even make any videos in... Did I make any videos in 2023? I might have done at the start of the year. Must have done, but I think I made the Gary Numan one. So there you go, for that answer, it's Gary Numan. But I'm going to answer all the record questions. I've got the questions down here. So I'm going to read them best I can. So here we go. So Vinyl Tag 2024. Bit late, but better late than never, eh? So here we go with the first question. So this is favorite purchase of 2023. So going back, I've got all my records I bought since beginning of 23 in a box at the moment. My favorite purchase was this one. So this was The Hives and The Death of Randy Fitzsimmons. Brilliant album. Absolutely loved it from start to finish. First album for 11 years, but it's fantastic. Absolutely brilliant. So there we go. That was my favourite purchase. I will talk more. I'm not going to talk at length about any of these records because I will show them in Vinyl Watches. I am going to do some. So there we go. So that's my favourite purchase. Right. Next question. Last record I bought in 2023. So the last record I bought, I ordered it right at the tail end. It didn't arrive for a while, but it's this one. Another brilliant album released in 2023. So this is Chat Pile. And this is God's Country. I need to sort out the lighting. So this is heavy record, both lyrically, emotionally, musically. So it kind of sounds like a really heavy Big Black. It sounds like a Steve Albini record. R.I.P. by the way. And fantastic stuff. Absolutely brilliant. So that's God's Country, Chat Pile, my last purchase of 2023. Next one, artist who released 2 albums in a year. So I've gone for, and this is probably a fairly obvious one to be honest. So I've gone for my favorite, one of my 2 favorite artists of all time. So we've got Aladdin Sane from 73, and we've got Pinups from 73. I'm not sure what months they are, but they were both released in 73. The lovely Twiggy on there with Bowie. These are my original copies that I bought in the 80s. Absolutely, that's an amazing album. There's some really good versions on this one. Not the best album, but it's still good. What else have we got? What's the next one? Choose a decade. 80s. 80s. The first half of the 80s from 1980 to 1985-ish, basically split in half by Live Aid. I've got my own musical theories about Live Aid. I'm sure I've witted on about them before. But 80 to 85, the pop music, the stuff in the charts was amazing. Just song after song, album after album, just amazing. Like Duran, ABC, Frankie, absolutely mind-blowing pop. Simple Minds, I don't know, you can just reel off a whole string of Ultravox. I mean, it's just incredible. And then from 85 on to the end of the decade, it was indie. So you had, I mean, starting with the Smiths, the Bunnymen, the Alarm, going all the way through like Primal Scream, and I don't know, the list is endless. There's C86. It's just an incredible decade for music, both underground and overground. More so than I think now, but there you go, that's another story. Right, next question. What does that say? Band, what is it? Oh, band with artist from Manchester. So I'm going to choose, because hopefully I'm going to get tickets to see this lot there's a special gig in Milton Keynes. Like, it's got loads of old bands from the 80s, but this is one of them. So Death Cult, this is a Brothers Grimm EP. Billy Duffy, he's from Manchester. Absolute stunning guitarist. One of my favourite guitarists, probably. Yeah, I'd say definitely. Mates with Johnny Marr, another brilliant guitarist who I could have also chosen. But we're going to do Death Cult with the brilliant Billy Duffy on guitar. Artist I listened to the most in 2023 was actually this guy. So I listened to Gary Newman more than anybody else. Who would have guessed it? Checked on my Last FM page, and it was him. It must have been because I listened to him loads when in preparation for that last video I did. Was that the last video I did? Gary Newman. Anyway, so here's the Pleasure Principle by Gary Newman. Fantastic stuff. What was that one? I'm going to have to pop my glasses back on because I can't remember. I really shouldn't have this down here on the floor. It's just ridiculous. What we got? 7 singles. Right. I thought I'd do this rather than show stuff that I've got since my last video, which I might save for it to show in a 7 Inches of Joy thing if I ever start doing them again. I thought I'd just dig out 7 singles from the same artist, and we got Depeche Mode. So we've got New Life. We've got, good God, Just Can't Get Enough. We've got See You. We've got The Meaning of Love, which wasn't a big hit, I don't think. We've got People Are People, which was a massive hit. And another one, Master and Servant. And then probably favourite double A side. Brilliant. Blasphemous Rumours and Somebody, which is both fantastic tracks. So there you go. 7 singles. Just pop those somewhere else. Right, next one. 4 guests to a dinner party. So I'm not a big guy for dinner parties. I don't particularly enjoy them. But if I had to, then I'd choose these 4 people. So number 1 would be David Bowie, just because he seems like just an all-round brilliant guy, really. Every story that comes to light now from people reminiscing when they met him just paints him as an absolute diamond guy. I mean, number 2, Kate Bush. Just because it's Kate Bush. Maybe she wouldn't talk. Maybe, I don't know. I'd probably be absolutely dumbstruck meeting her. But anyway, I want to have Kate Bush. Number 3. Who did I put number 3? Oh, now I don't know whether he would be a good idea or not. So I've put Steve Albini just because I think he'd be a spiky individual and might have some interesting ideas about stuff. Don't know whether that would be a good idea or not. And then for a bit of a life to the party, I'd have Kim Deal from Breeders and Pixies because I think she'd be a right laugh. So there you go, my 4 dinner party guests. Next question. One musician who passed away in 2023. Well, this had only one. Well, there were lots of. It was such a sad year. There were so many people who passed away, but I guess the one that struck home the hardest, probably because he should have gone years ago, probably, was Shane MacGowan. I just think he was an absolute poet. Some of the stuff he wrote was incredible. So there we go. Passed away in 2023. Shane MacGowan, R.I.P. Okay, next question is record you bought as a teenager. And I chose a record that I probably bought just before. It was the summer before I turned 20. So I was still a teenager at 19. I don't know. I was buying records from the age of 13 to 19. So I could do the first album I bought, but I've shown that before. In fact, I've shown every record I bought when I was a teenager before on the VC, or in a video. So I've chosen this one just because I had it out and I was listening to it earlier on. So this is the Creation compilation, Doing It for the Kids. Still sounds brilliant. This is way before Oasis. This is way before Ride. I don't know. Way before anybody really. I mean, Primal Scream were on here. Valentine's were on here. But it was a 15-track compilation LP for the price of a 7-inch single. So there you go. That was a record I bought as a teenager when I was 19. So there we go. Oh, dear Lord, I'm going to put these on again. Funk or Soul record. Show a Funk or Soul record. So I did buy this. I did get this in my hiatus. It's a really nice compilation. So this is take a look at Aretha Franklin. It's just a compilation album on CBS. I think it's got, it's a One Eye CBS. So it's only a couple of quid. Got it from a charity shop. One of the few things I bought from charity shops recently. But yeah, so that's quite nice. Aretha. Record everybody has. Well, everybody's got this. I think everybody's got that, haven't they? Do I need to say anything more? Everybody's got it. Record nobody has. So I was thinking of other records to do for this one. And then I realised, well, why don't I show this one? So I don't think anybody will have this. So this is a band called In Dust. They're a Northern Irish band. Kind of industrial metal. Early industrial metal, I guess. Or was it late? No, it was after Ministry. They sound a lot like Ministry, fronted by Clint Poppy. The vocalist just reminds me of Clint Poppy all the time. So there you go. That's what I'm going to choose for that one. So In Dust. It's a really good album on the Wall Creeper label. Whoops, nearly fell out. There we go, In Dust. And the album's called Nosebleed. It's not the heaviest thing I've ever heard, but it probably because headbang to it or something, but it's a really good album. And I bought this when I saw them live, and I saw them live in Liverpool in '93. And what a bill! I did look it up, and it was supporting Therapy and The Whipping Boy, and then I had Nosebleed In Dust as well. What a great gig that was! Right. Next is a female artist bought in 2023. Now, recently I've got into a lot of female. There seems to be a resurgence of Riot Girl type bands, especially around here, down in Devon. I don't know. There's loads of them. Masonettes playing live around Exeter. Leonard and the Zombies. There's Seizure Salad. There's a podcast called Loud Women, which has loads of these bands. Fantastic stuff. And one of these bands is kind of hard, heavy punk band, grungy kind of, called Witch Fever. This is quite a heavy band. There's a band themselves. It's really good. Again, I'll talk about this at length another time, and the album's called Congregation. Top album, that is. Right, next. A 90s classic. So a 90s classic. I'm going with this. I know it was probably the easiest choice was to put Screamadelica, but I've decided we're going to go Ritual Della Habitual with its naughty cover. Who cares? Absolutely amazing album. I mean, it's got shorter songs like, obviously, Been Caught Stealing, No One's Leaving. But then on the second side, it just stretches out 3 days. Oh, my life, what a song. 3 days. Oh, Classic Girl. Just absolutely brilliant from start to finish, this record. So there we go. That's that one. Next question is a record you'd like to be walk into the cover or take part in, or I don't know what it was. It's something like that. So I thought one of the comic artists from the late 60s I really liked his art style, is Robert Crumb. And I pulled this out the other day, so this is probably why I thought of it. But I've played Cheap Thrills by Big Brother and the Holding Company, and I would like my likeness to be drawn by Robert Crumb, so I'd fit in with this cover, because I think this is a brilliant cover. I absolutely love this cover. Such a great cover. So there you go. I'd like to be a part of that cover, drawn by Robert Crumb. Record that feels like a greatest hits. This is an obvious one for me, because I think everything was released as a single eventually, except Bye Bye Bad. No, that was a single, except Elizabeth My Dear, I think, was the only thing. Stone Roses. I drag this out all the time for different reasons, but it's basically a greatest hits now. Stone Roses, enough said. And then final question, an album released in 74. I could have gone with Bowie, I could have gone with other stuff, but instead I've gone with Queen 2. My favourite Queen album, probably. So, there we go. 1974. With extra dust, probably from 1974. So, there we go. So, there we go. That is my Vinyl Tag 2024. 11 months late. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks, everybody. Bye.